Hello, my internet friends. My name is Kitty Obi10, and welcome to my Week 3 commentary for Dance with the Stars Season 29. Now, before we get into what happened on the most magical night of the year, or at least I think it was magical, I would like to apologize for not posting last week. It was basically due to my uncle's death. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I update more on that than I want to right now on YouTube because I'm just mentally drained with everything going on in my life in general. So that's the thing. Really, the only thing I can say about Charles's elimination last week is, it was kind of expected. I mean, I didn't expect Carole Baskin to get all the judges' votes, but it is what it is. And yeah, Charles was really, really bad. Sorry, Emma. I love you, but yikes. Okay, this week was Disney, and you know, it kind of reminded me of 2016 when we had this theme in season 22. It was kind of bland. Like, it was a little underwhelming. Nothing really stood out much. Only a few people did. I will bring that up. But other than that, it was just like, wow, was this a shit show? Enough chit chat. Let's just talk about what happened. Sky and Alan kicked off the night doing a jive to Almost There from The Princess and the Frog. I thought this was a strong comeback from last week's episode, and I appreciated the kicks and flicks. But other parts, I'm like, I really wanted to see more energy, more pizzazz, more liveliness, because it just felt like to me it just felt dry, like the whole routine. Like, I love Sky, don't get me wrong, and I feel like she is literally underscored to a T, but I'm just like, I want to see more. Like, I feel like a lot of people give her shit, and I try to defend it, and then you look back and you're like, yikes, sometimes. And sometimes, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like a jumbled mess. This whole night in general was a jumbled mess. But, Sky did her best. A great comeback. Just wasn't what I was looking for, and hopefully next week she comes back even stronger and, like, shuts everybody up and shows them, hey, let me show y'all what you are sleeping on. Because, girl, you gotta step it up. I know you're a strong contender. I know you can do it. And I believe in you and Alan. You just gotta show them all what you are made of. That's all I want. Wow. I mean, wow. I'm gonna be fully honest, you guys. We've known Monica Aldama for 3 weeks now, and yikes, she just gives me, like, principal-y type vibes, and she's boring. What she brings us is boring routines. Now, fans of the C fam will disagree with me, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say because, yeah, it's me. Come on. What else do you expect, though, of her getting boring choreography if your partner is a bland person that's gonna just whine and argue with the judges in general? I mean, that is what Val has done in the past seasons. Maybe he won't do it this year. Maybe he will. I don't know yet. We haven't gotten that far in the game yet. I was just actually impressed that they got The Little Mermaid and they were not voted off. Seems like some parts of The Little Mermaid curse is actually over. I'll give them that. Good job. Good job. What I could see in this Viennese waltz was some pretty lines here and there, but I feel like they're getting overscored. I'm looking at you, Derek. I know you're doing it, and I'm sure it's pissing off Haley too. Because what the hell are you doing sometimes? Are you Are you judging fairly at this point? I don't know. Monica Aldama, not my favorite. Spice it up, girl, because you're boring as shit. Say what you will about Sasha Farber. I thought that this Charleston with Justina is the best one that he's ever done. Like, out of all the Charlestons, this is the one that pops. Like fire. Sizzly fire. I don't know what's the right word for it. It was so damn entertaining. I loved it. I know, I'm crazy, but I actually did love it. Maybe it's because I have a soft spot for Justina, but you know what? We all have our faves, and that's that's the tea on that. I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore. Mary Poppins is no easy task to do, and for her to do that with full on energy, I applaud Justina for that at her age. Also, unlike Charlie White, she did not drop the cane. So, I want to give her 10 extra points for that on my little radar. I don't know if me and the judges were watching the same thing, but they are out of their minds with some of their scoring. I still don't get half of their scoring this year. Like, what are they trying to accomplish? I don't know. But one thing is for sure, I hope we get more energy and more. What's the word? More pizzazz, I think. Yeah, pizzazz. I want to see more lively energy and more pizzazz from Justina in the coming weeks. What I would give to see AJ's daughters to see their dad do something that doesn't involve the Backstreet Boys. I would give all the money in the world if we were allowed to have the families there root on their loved ones. But thanks a lot, Corona. We don't get that this year. Smooth. You know what? I'm actually surprised that they gave AJ Aladdin, but of course, it's Cheryl. And Cheryl's usually the one that gets the Aladdin numbers. So, this was fine in general. But you know what? I don't think we've seen anybody in the history of this show do Prince Ali. And you know what? I'm really happy that it was used for AJ. This was fun and very lively. It's basically the type of energy I was wanting out of him when I heard he was going to be on the show. Some parts I felt like were a little chaotic, but overall, it was a wonderful performance, and I would watch this over and over again, God willing. If he honestly keeps this type of energy up, I can honestly see AJ and Cheryl in the semifinals. Maybe the finals, but we're gonna have to see more of him before I can make a full-fledged opinion. I don't know why the judges and the show want to keep fucking over Keo consistently. I just don't get it. What do you guys have against him? He does wonderful choreography. Were they blind during his era with Ivana Lynch? It was very iconic, if I still remember that very correctly. But, yeah, I will admit, it wasn't the best from him and Anne this week, but I still found it fun and enjoyable, and it looked like they really did have a good time with it. Out of all the older women that Keo has had in the past with this show, Anne is by far his strongest one, and I do want to see them go as far as they can. Just just quit screwing him over. One bad performance. Yeah, sure. Isn't everybody gonna have one bad performance? I think they'll come back next week stronger than ever. Okay, look, guys, I don't want to be that person, but Jeannie doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I appreciate that she gives her all with Brandon, but I wish she would put in a bit more determination like Tinashe did. Oh my god, I miss her so much. I'm telling y'all, she would have been something phenomenal for Brandon's first season as a pro had they had not been voted off in week 4. Like, imagine all they could have done. It would have been absolutely spectacular. But we're in 2020 and Tinashe and Brandon are no mas. Focus. Just focus, Katie. You know what? It was a nice dance, and I will agree that this is her best dance. Like, it was cute and all, but really, I don't want to be that person. Jeannie's just not my cup of tea. I am glad, though, that her mom isn't going to send her ass back to Vietnam after this one. I think she'll probably have something nice to say now. Who knows? I'm looking for your video, Mama Mai. Give me something really hilarious. Nellie and Daniela got the chance to dance to It's Alright for the upcoming Disney movie Soul, which premieres in November. Honestly, I just want to give a huge shout out to Daniela for doing a great job with her first Disney as pro. The first one, as your first time season as a pro, I don't know where I was going with this. It's not an easy task in general, but I think she pulled it off phenomenally. This is one of Nellie's strongest dances today, in my opinion. Yeah, he's still got a little bit to work on. His moves are still a little Master P like, but I think he's getting there. Yeah, not everybody's gonna like him, and I'm kind of iffy with him, but I think he's doing the best he can in general. And you know what? That's all you can really say about it. Fun fact, I was actually sober during the live episode where Carole fucking Baskin did the Lion King, or as the background screen said, the Carole Baskin. What the actual hell was that about? I still don't understand it. What are you trying to do here, show? Why? Just why? Oh boy, they did the samba to Circle of Life, and I don't think I had any life after. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. I'm speechless. It has been days since this performance, and I am still speechless. I am speechless about her entire run in general. What kind of sick world are we living in this time frame? Being in a pandemic, no Tom, no Aaron, fucking Tyra Banks, and we had to deal with Carole Baskin and cat-themed dances. I feel like I'm in hell, on acid and shrooms and all the alcohol in the world for this to be an actual thing. Like, what the actual fuck? Pasha, on behalf of myself and everybody in the fandom, I'm so sorry. Rumbas, I feel like, are very tricky. Depending of who you are, you gotta find the right swayness, the right type of emotion. And sometimes I feel like with Rumbas, it's not always Artem's strongest suit. However, in this case, he and Caitlyn did wonderful with this one. Granted, I'm used to how far I'll go as a contemporary piece, but, go off, I guess. This was pretty, and I loved Caitlyn's execution with her frame and her lines, the way her hands will extend. It's very, very nice. I mean, we've seen nice, beautiful lines and executions before, but nothing like I've seen out of Caitlyn. Maybe I'm, what's the word? Overhyping it? Is that what I want to use? I don't know. Whatever it is, you may think I'm just, popping off because I'm really, wanting her to be something great, but also at the same time, I feel like this is, a strong comeback for Artem this year. I mean, getting the axe the previous season and always being screwed over, I feel like this is his chance to finally truly shine, give us something that we've been knowing he can do. I mean, he won his first season as a pro in the UK. I want to see more of what he could do for Caitlyn, and I really do believe she can get him far enough in the competition. All in all, wonderful performance. Those 8s were deserved. Let's see more from them. Vernon and the blonde Schmerkowski were Mrs. Potts and Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, which, honestly, that's a nice change for once. I'll give you props. But how the hell their performance got an 8 is actually beyond me. I still don't understand. How is that 8 worthy? I see it more like a 7, 7.5. Giving it a full-fledged 8, nah, fam. What the fuck? The quick step is not an easy task either. There's a lot of dances where I think it's not an easy task. But I thought Vernon did a good job to the best of his ability. And I do like him. He seems very charming, very nice, and he's appreciative of the whole experience in general. I just wish that they gave him somebody that, is not a Shmerkovsky. I said what I said. And really, he does deserve better. I don't know how far he's going to go with Peta's choreography. We're just going to have to see. I mean, are they lost in the shuffle? I can't think of it at the top of my head. Anyway, let's move on. I'm not going to give this one the time of day. If you have Twitter and you know Alyssa in the fandom, please refer to the comparison tweet that she made of this dance and the one that Frankie and Whitney did 3 years ago. You know what? I'll just leave it in the description. Seriously though, be more fucking original, you racist, ignorant assholes. Now I know people wanted to give Johnny shit for getting Mulan over Genie, but let's be realistic. He has more of the flexibility to deliver than she could ever do with this. This was also Britt's first Disney night as a pro, and guys, she nailed every expectation I had for her leading up to this. This was beauty, this was grace. It was like living, breathing poetry, like right in our faces. It was magical, something that you don't see very often, and I want to see more of that. Simplicity at its finest. I loved it. Literally, though, I was about to throw hands if the Panini head judges underscored this iconic duo again. But I am thrilled at the scores that they have finally earned and rightfully deserved. I am absolutely ecstatic that they are on top of the leaderboard. Let's keep this momentum up for them and show those judges that Johnny and Britt are not to be underestimated. Sharna and not Jesse McCartney had a jive from the musical Newsies, which props to the show for finally doing Newsies. Like, I was shook that I saw that on the list of all the performances and what they're from. Nobody has done Newsies. We've never had the budget for Newsies. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying that. I'm glad we finally got this done and over with. Because it's wonderful. I love the whole thing. Pure magic. The only positive I can give about this performance, it was wonderful having Sharna back doing a jive because she aces it so well. Metcalf, on the other hand, was as bland as a box of macaroni and cheese. That was expired. There, I said it. Look, guys, he better step it up next week, because at this point, I think it's either him or Nelly on the chopping block. It could go either way. And finally, Cinderella was destroyed by Gleb Sevchenko. I'll give them credit. Chriselle was absolutely beautiful, and she did do nice lines and finished them out perfectly. But half of it looked like a train wreck and a mess. And then again, it's Gleb. What else do you expect? I don't know how Fernando, and I don't care what you all say, his name's Bruno. On Twitter, his name is now Fernando. He gave Gleb an 8. I don't fucking understand it. I don't know what direction Gleb was going for. At the end of the dance, it seemed like you knew that the ship was gonna sink, and you just drowned along with it, and I'm like, did I miss the thing? Did I really miss something that he was trying to go for? I still don't get it. Carole Baskin, eliminated this week on Disney. We voted and she is gone now. 3 weeks was way too long now. Good fucking riddance. Carole Baskin. I'm so glad I don't have to do that voice anymore. Oh my god. But Pasha, I am so sorry. You deserve better, and I will be fighting tooth and nail for you to get a rater next year. I swear to God, I promise I will do you proud, good sir. Look, all I know about next week is Sky Jackson is going to be doing a tribute dance to Cameron Boyce, and I am not ready for this, because we all know I'm going to cry, the fandom is going to cry, everybody is going to cry. I'm not emotionally prepared. I'm probably gonna cry a lot, and I'm going to cry some more, and you know what? I'm probably gonna cry into my wine bottles. I don't know yet. But realistically, I think we're all just glad that Carole Baskin is not gonna be here anymore. God knows what cat theme she would have done, or anything of that matter. I'm just glad the cat theme is over, because it was starting to get annoying at this point. Alright, sound off in the comments below. What did you guys think of this year's Halloween? Jesus Christ, Katie. You're not even focused. What did you guys think of this year's Disney special? Whose dance wowed you? Whose dance disappointed you? Are you finally happy that Carole Baskin is gone? If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see more of me in the future, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be alerted when I upload new content. Until next time, take care everybody.